through the process.
That is so wonderful that you're stepping up and helping someone like that. There's so much talent out there, but it's unharnessed.
Yes.
I think back
Yes.
to when I was, well, let's just say I was very young. And I read this book about Lionel Richie back in the day. And it talked about how he was not able to read music. His grandmother was trying to teach him to read music, and he had her fooled. He would learn by ear how to play the songs she wanted him to play, but he could never read the music. He would just memorize based on listening to her and figuring it out. So for a long time, he would, compose his music with a tape recorder. And then later on, he probably learned how to actually write the music proper. But the thing is, talent unharnessed, there's training
Find
involved.
a way. Rod Stewart's the same way. He knows no music theory at all, and that's you don't need a whole lot of music theory to write a song.
Yeah.
You really don't. You don't have to go to Berklee School of Music or Juilliard or, anything like that to write a really, sweet or a pungent song, to write your story.
Yeah.
It's
just about finding the way to get it out there and getting it in front of the right person.
Right.
Yeah. Very cool. See? And most of us, I think we don't realize that that's possible. I think we were led to believe that there is a great deal of training involved. I actually went to school with someone who was later in the band here in the United States. I don't know if you're in Canada or if you're here in the U.S., but Oh, you are? Okay. Do you recall a band from probably the early 90s called Deep Blue Something?
Yeah.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. So one of the band members was actually in my little podunk high school in my little town in Texas. And he was very talented, and he went on to college. So, of course, that's in your mind that, he had to go to college for the music classes and so on in order to be a success in that. So that's, I think, ingrained in us that, you must have that education, that additional, in order to get anywhere. Not that I think he still does music today, not as his job, but as just a fun release thing that he does these days. I think he does real estate now, but
that's the point, Zoe, is expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I know when I walk into a room, most guitar players are going to be better than me. They've been playing longer, they probably have more training than me, but I can make my point.
Yeah.
I can make my point. And that's where my strength lies, my voice and my songwriting. And I play a little guitar along, and you put a band together, they're going to try to make you sound good. That's what you do. And there are people who you have to be this classically trained. And there are people who really try to make me feel bad about my guitar playing. Like, I'm not having it.
Yeah.
I'm just not. You're right. Tons of people are better. But I can write a song if you people can,
exactly
do that.
Can you capture the mind? Can you capture the heart? That's what's going to count.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That makes absolute sense to me. Yeah. Sometimes there's value in education, but there's a point where maybe education could be overrated.
Yeah, and if you're going to be a pop singer or country or whatever, honestly, a lot of these songs are 4 or 5 chords. You know what I mean? It's really not that hard. If you're going to be in a symphony, go to Juilliard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a big difference between a symphony train and what I'm doing. Okay,